My name is Timothy, and this is XP Garage. Today, I'm going to get back on working on the car. Didn't get to work on it much this weekend. As you can tell, probably where I left off, the car had rims on it. Well, before the weekend, I took these, actually on Saturday, I took the wheels and got them mounted and balanced. I'm not going to name the shop or anything, but they mounted and balanced. As you can tell, these were two wheels that I had. Shut up! What's wrong? Come on. What's wrong? Well, they put a tube with that. And told me they had to put a tube in one because one was really heavily rusted. Didn't tell me that there was a hole in it. Didn't even think of calling me. This one just went down. I'm assuming they didn't clean it very well and I wrote bad on it. Well, that involved me getting these two wheels. The only difference is, I didn't know it at the time, these two are a 6-inch wide rim. Those are a 4-inch, which match these. So now I have a staggered wheel set, and I really didn't want a staggered wheel set. Oh well. Hubcaps won't work now for sure. So, I'm either going to paint them black or red. I'm thinking maybe black. But yeah. So I got tires that are balanced and balanced now. That they didn't even balance the first time. I had to take them back and get them balanced. But yeah, past that, I did fix somewhat of the radiator. Didn't film it. That was a headache. I think there was 3 leaks in the factor of that. So the car's kind of dead in water because of the transmission. I'm going to go ahead and fix the transmission line. Get that one pulled out. And then put the other one in that I have back in it. Because it is correct. I did get a carburetor. And my headlight pieces. So I ordered some stuff from Classic. And got the headlight adjuster set. And then I got a carburetor, which I pretty much opened up to this point. See what this looks like. Hopefully it's the same carburetor. There's the gasket. Hopefully it's the same carburetor that is on it now. I think it's a type of a Holly. I think the other one's a 1920 series. I don't know what this one is. I don't know. Why did that sucker up in there? Yep. About $160, but I'd rather keep my Hollies, my 1920 series, for other project. So, basically exact same carburetor. I'm gonna stick that on there and run it. Now hopefully that fixes my problem. But first today, hopefully I can get around to the carburetor. Even if I put the carburetor on, it's not going to do me any good at the moment. I'm going to check the back brakes, make sure that the self-adjusters, the front ones, were locked up on one wheel. Go ahead and make sure everything's good in the back, just the self-adjusters, clean it out, make sure they're good. Paint the little hub from silver to black on both sides. That way I have something to mount the back down to. I'll put the wide ones on the back, of course. At least have a little bit of a hot rod look to it. Jack the front up, take the transmission stuff. Yeah, I'm going to do that. little recap. Got the adjuster working on the driver's side. I found out that the wheel cylinder on the passenger side is leaking. Got one of them coming. Of course, it's $30, but oh well. So now I'm going to get me a little piece of plywood, put underneath the oil pan on this thing, take that motor mount loose on this side, and refix the transmission cooler lines. That way they're sitting back where they need to be and not against the motor, exhaust, motor mounts, and all that. Fix that, because it does supposed to run up here, that way, and everything. So I'm going to do that real quick and get that done. Got the brake line at the last minute, actually came in through the mail. Got that done. So back brake should be ready to go. And now I just got to do this, and I may put the carburetor on tonight. I don't know yet. Probably call it tonight. I'm getting a little hungry. But I'm going to at least do this tonight, so I'll get this done. Alright. So I was working on getting the headlight buckets fixed with the adjuster pieces. The plastic pieces were broke, and went in and replaced them. This side's all good. Gotta wait to adjust it, and I also got the carburetor on. Went ahead and did that. Got the radiator on. Transmission line's hooked up. This side, I went to go put the bulb in, and it's still not clocked right. So the headlight bucket's wrong, I believe. So I need to either modify that one to work or find me another one. One of two. I'm going to call it night tonight and get back at it tomorrow. Alright. So maybe you guys can see it. I'm flushing out the radiator, put water in it too, and checking transmission fluid. Got it all good, and the transmission's full. I don't think it's leaking water like it was, which it was very little when it was. This carburetor's great. It does have a miss. And again, I haven't even pulled the plugs and plugged the plug wires. I know there's cool wires loose. That's probably part of my problem. Heck, I didn't even change the fuel pump. It's still good. I did see the point for one time. Make sure it's not going to leak before I pour a lot of transmission fluid in. It seems like it's doing okay. Did flush it out a little bit. A lot better than what it was. It's just going to get flushed out a couple more times. Because I got to put antifreeze in it too. Yeah, it shifts really good. I got a master cylinder for this side. Brake. It's kind of sticking. So I got that. I'm trying to do that tonight and do a little bit of modification for the headlights. Put that in. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try to pour it into the shop and at least do the headlight and the brake tonight. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get started on that. from the Valiant. We're gonna go ahead and make some door panels out of the stuff we got from Hobby Lobby. Supposed to be UV protected and water resistant. And got the door cards here. Already got this one tore apart. This was the bad one. Clean these door cards up and try to glue them on. And we'll take these off too. So yeah, we can get started on that. So I got it washed up and take a couple pictures of it. I need to clean the interior. Paint job's not perfect, but for first paint job, I'm using the paint that I did and not completely going through the body like I should have. So you can kind of see some of the spots from the paint. Yeah, you can kind of see some of the spots from the paint. Where it's not slicky smooth, but like the chips and stuff in the paint. Now I understand what I mean by black shows everything. It does. The nice part is the bodywork that I did, not too bad. Shows up pretty good. I know this video is probably going to be a little bit spotty on the progress of it. Basically me running into problems and doing a little bit here and there. For example, 2 sets of wheels have been swapped out 4 times. Twice at a tire shop, and then I had to do it twice. Because tire shop can't give them the seal, and me digging out extra rims and finding out that 2 extra were wrong and still not sealing. I don't know if I remember if I showed it, but the back wheels have been completely tore apart, painted. They are not balanced. So later date, I'll take them to another shop that I trust more. And it's further away though, so that's the only problem. But I have them balanced front ones, and if the front ones start leaking, I'll tear them down. They are still balanced, and they seem to be holding air. I think this side kind of went down on me once, but it's slow. Yeah, I mean, other than all, I think I did the car a pretty good difference. I mean, from what it was, especially with all the bodywork, that's the most happy with. The part that I did, I already got leaves on this thing. And, doesn't look too bad. pretty well nice straight. The body line kind of starts fading away. It's not as sharp. That was probably more my fault, which I did do quite a bit of work on that quarter, trying to get it smoothed back out. Interior wise, not perfect. I do need to clean it. And there's the door panels. I turned out very happy with that. These aren't worth, in my opinion, painting, because like I did with the carpet, or dyeing it, because they're going to start falling apart, and then you're going to see the multicolor, and it's just going to end up looking worse, in my opinion. One of them is a oddball. It's a little bit different. Try to put it in the back to hide it, or make it not as noticeable. Same thing with the door. I gotta get a old plastic washer or something, kind of help protect that one. And I'll put that hinge on. The back ones are the newer style, which some of the boards are warped and stuff, but other than that, pretty happy with. Seats are still pretty good shape. Carpet turned out real nice. Dash turned out nice, even the undercoating part. We'll see how long the steering wheel lasts. Dash, painting my tail end and still having a little bit of issues. I ended up going to a junkyard and getting another dash. I found one and had a better circuit board and a speedometer that works. But I am not taking this dash out again unless I have an absolute problem at something. I have drove this a little bit to town. The brake light and oil light bulbs are a little touchy. And it's the bulbs, it's not actually the electrical part. The odometer does not work, but the speedometer works and it's pretty accurate. I went to go fill it up. The gas gauge was working. It showed about a quarter. I filled it up. It showed half, 3/4, and then it just started dropping. And is basically will go up to the empty line. So that's kind of a downfall. But I replaced this board on it because I got tired of trying to solder that one, and I still could fix it. Just got tired of pulling the dash out for the 5th time. Heater works great. Oh, I had to replace the radiator. I tried repairing it, but I need to do a little bit more research, and this is probably not the best one because it keeps making holes and it's real weak. That was the radiator that came out of it. I did take the radiator out of my 70 Duster because it may get a V8. I don't know yet. Went ahead and used it, and it's been sealing up. Carburetor is really nice. I did find out that I had a little bit of stumbling. I think I fixed that because I don't think I ever tightened the carburetor up. So maybe I fixed that problem. It was harder to start, so it may fix that problem too. I think also part of that, I'm kind of wondering if it does have some trash in the tank. But, is that full or empty? I can't really tell. I wonder if the fuel pump is draining back or it's not holding the prime. Because it takes a while to start this whole thing after a day sitting. I don't think it's running into the oil, as far as I know. I'm going to look in more than that. But everything else seems to work fine. Shift's good. Heck, the first time I took it out, I thought the thing was dying. I couldn't even tell it was even running a stoplight. You couldn't feel it or nothing. Sit there at a stoplight and you didn't even know it was running. You hit the gas and go. Okay. You know, runs real smooth. I think I talked to a guy that maybe used to own it. I'm not 100% positive. But it sounds correct about everything that he's given me. He said he rebuilt the engine. And that was about it, and he got rid of it and traded it for a truck from the guy that I got it from. And, did paint the valve cover. Doesn't match, but I think it looks a little bit better. Carburetor seems to be doing pretty good for being that new remanufacturer. It's got a little bit of tuning. Had a little bit of stumbling on part throttle, but I still think that's because it was grabbing air from the gasket leaking, because I didn't have it tightened down. Headlights have one problem, and that is the high beams have the same thing with my Charger. And I'm pretty much known for all Mopars is high beam. This trips out the circuit breaker and the lights. Headlights work all the time. It's just high beams. Other than that, gas pedal makes a little pop, which is, I can take a little bit of tension, add it to it, and it'll stop that. It's just a little ball in the end of the cable. When it goes into the slot, it kind of just snaps in every time. But yeah, door panels look a lot better in my opinion with the black, and I know I don't have the factory sewing in it, but this doesn't look too bad in my opinion. I'm just trying to fix it up and save it. It's got a little bit of overspray and stuff, but it's a nice little driver. I might do a little bit more cleaning up here. Clean up the windows on the inside when I do the cleaning on the inside here in a little bit. Really, it's too cold for me washing a car. Freaking cold weather's kicking in. Was gonna use pressure washer, but I'm afraid it'll freeze tonight, so I'm just gonna keep from doing that. But other than that, I think it's a good looking car. I saved it, and I'm just gonna try to turn around and flip it. And if I can, it's a good little gas saver. I mean, heck, it's trying to get tags for it, and I'll drive it, and I'll sell it. I got another vehicle in mind that I'm trying to get and save up for. So that would be cool, a truck. So yeah, that, and honestly, I just want to get done with this project. I want to learn a few things, not go heavy into it. I'll always be learning something even when I go deeper into it. This car, I wanted to basically scuff it and shoot it, and that's basically what I did. Could have done more sanding to hide a bunch more of the paint imperfections. Man, this thing looks nice, and it's a nice little driver. Man, it handles nice, brakes nice. Does like to pull a little bit to the right because this brake was soaked in oil, or not oil, but brake fluid. One thing I learned, I think I messed up on the first coat of this paint because it chips freaking easy. And I'm kind of wondering if it's my fault or if it's the paint underneath my paint. Because it all seems to chip in, which this place is going to chip pretty normally because of rock stuff. But it's chipping underneath my primer. Oop, focus. It's chipping underneath my primer, so it's showing the old paint. And this thing had too many layers of paint, honestly, and it probably wasn't the best. So I'm kind of debating if I did it wrong, or if it's the paint underneath wrong and it's chipping easy. I mean, for an example, it's in my shop and I'm cleaning it out a little bit. I tossed a belt, like a V-belt out, a small little V-belt, and it just hits. Matter of fact, I think it was a fender it hit, and it just scoop, little chip. Okay. Working on it, girlfriend bumped into the plastic door, chipped it there. What's my phone doing? I mean, just not even hit it. I mean, it didn't make a noise or nothing. Just kind of rubbed up on it, chipped it. But then again, it's all chipping underneath my primer. So it's either my primer's not sticking good, which I didn't add any hardener to it. I thought at first it was my first layer of black, because I did mess up, I think, and add too much hardener. I could be wrong on that. That's just my theory. I'm still looking into that. But I haven't seen it chip and then seen black. I haven't seen it really chip and seen gray, which was my primer. And what was underneath it was that red and yellow. And I'm seeing it underneath the red. So it's pulling up the yellow when it was once upon a time yellow. And I'm kind of wondering if that first coat's not sticking good. And the paint before started showing some of that too. So that's kind of most of the stuff you're seeing here is the paint chips from the paint before. And I didn't really sand it down. So it kind of shows that imperfection paint chips of being covered up. My bad. It is what it is, but hey, it's still a good little driver, and it looks so much better. Even if it's got the little chips in it, I think it's cool looking. But I don't need it. What is my phone doing? It is not focusing at all. But yeah, got a lot going on. I need to get the garage cleaned out and vacuum this thing out. See if I can get this thing posted. And I gotta work on her Jeep some more. I gotta get the drive shaft, wait for it to dry and put it in. That way she can hopefully drive that this winter. Hopefully. Maybe not. I don't know yet. I need to get the Challenger, and then a little project right there. It's gonna get started this winter. That's a special one to me, and it needs to get finished. So I got more practice in painting. I just want to do a scuff and shoot, just to get used to being shooting and stuff. You know, just get that part over with. But yeah, excuse me. Turned out real nice. I'm gonna vacuum the interior and probably take some pictures. So yeah.